Financial Aid Drama at Berkeley City College Part 5. Today is October 9th. On October 2nd, we held a meeting, the students and the student government held a meeting with Dr. Betty Inklin, Deborah Johnson, the Dean of Student Services, and Noemi Norlands, the Manager of Financial Aid, one more time. At this forum, I showed the Part 4 video, the student testimonials, as people began to walk in. Dr. Betty Inklin started off by saying that Regent was finally notified of the school of Peralta District's problems with their software, and that this was never intended to be used on a multi-campus district before. It's only been used on single-campus districts in the past. She announced that Regent, aware of the situation, considered it an emergency and sent their 4 best specialists from their head office in New York, she said it was a national company, so I believe she said they were coming from New York. Berkeley City College was receiving 2 of those specialists before anyone else because we have the smallest staff and were hit the hardest. Apparently they were supposed to be there on Monday, which I did not see anyone. A lot of questions began to come up about student loans. A lot of people were asking that because they could not get their financial loans processed until the FAFSA was processed. So they continually got answers that we don't know. The students continued to get upset, but eventually Deborah Johnson, the Dean of Student Services, said that they would check into it and get back to us. Realistically, I'm not sure if they would, but it sounds credible. Also, it was announced that the Follett company that opened the bookstore had donated, it was either $3,000 or $30,000 in gift cards. These were essentially loans that when you got one of these gift cards, it would be subtracted from your Pell Grant disbursement. However, a very few of these cards were actually dispersed. They were not meant for the entire district, but they were only meant for our college. So they've been sitting in a Peralta administrator's office for more than a year now and have not been dispersed. The student government's trying to get to the bottom of this. Dr. Noemi Norlands, the financial aid director, came next, and she was specifically asked the question, if we are perfectly qualified for a student loan, is there a chance we won't get any loans based on the delay caused by the school and the computer system? And she just answered yes. From this point, the meeting became a firing squad for the instructors, with people yelling out not obscenities, but very angry words. I can tell you Dr. Betty Inklin and Deborah Johnson almost broke down in tears. I could see them starting to tear up. Students also began to yell comments like, "You shouldn't get paid until we do." Some students did try to help out the instructors by telling them it wasn't the instructor's fault but the administrator's fault, but some of the students had found an easy target and they just needed to get their rage out. Dr. Inklin also said that she wanted to set up a hotline where we could call in and find the latest info about what was going on with the computer system and the status of financial aid as a whole. However, she's been saying this for 2 weeks now, and we haven't heard any action about a hotline being set up. Also, that students facing a semester full of W's or withdrawal marks because they had problems with financial aid, the only way to get these removed would be to go through an appeals process, which takes quite a bit of time. However, she said she would make an effort to quicken the appeal process. Since I posted those videos of what was going on Part 3 and the student testimonials in Part 4, I've contacted 6 news sources, 4 newspapers, and 2 television stations. I've gotten a call back from the UC Berkeley paper, the Daily Californian. Their follow-up story to a story they had earlier written about this problem was influenced by my videos and what I and the president had to say. The description is going to be in the sidebar. Hopefully I'm pointing the right way. I also got a contact from a student senator who said that Fox News has also been contacted. I also found out that the student body president, Tiana Wilkes, of Berkeley City College, said that she's starting up a student lunch program for students starting next Monday, which is October 13th. They plan to run for 3 or 4 weeks, which is the realistic time we expect the checks to be dispersed on. Or at least the Pell Grants to be dispersed. They have funds for at least a week, and they're trying to get community involvement to get the funds they need for the rest of the week. As mentioned before, the The end of October is still the most believable date for checks. However, according to the district, checks have begun going out, and a majority of the checks will be out by the end of the week because Regent came to fix the software. Also, my classes that once had 40 students now only have 25 students. It's already affected us, made a huge impact on what is happening at this college. So once again, this has been part 5, and I will update you with part 6 once there is more information.